So we're breaking everything into thirds. So let's see how many thirds we have in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 thirds. So this is the same as 10 over 3. Now let's work on the 2.5. 2.5. We got 2 whole circles, and then we have a half a circle. Now let's see how many halves we have in total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 halves. So 2.5 is really 5 halves. So now let's change this complex fraction into something we can do. So we're going to keep the first one the way it is, change the division symbol to a multiplication symbol, and flip the second fraction. Now let's do some cross-canceling. 10 and 5 has something in common. 5 goes into both of them, so we're going to cross out, divide by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. We're going to keep that the way it is. And 10 divided by 5 is 2. So now we have 2 times 2 on the top, which is 4, and 3 on the bottom. So now our job is to figure out what this 4/3 means. What does this 4/3 mean? So we found the unit rate. We figured out how much is needed. We figured out how much flour is needed for every 1 dozen cupcakes. So 4/3 is the unit rate of flour over cupcakes. So we need 4/3 of a cup of flour for 1 dozen cupcakes. Well, let's see how many friends he has. He's got 12 friends at his daycare. So we need to cook cupcakes for 12 friends. So those 12 friends make up 1 even dozen. So we need 4/3 of a cup of flour. And it says that Anthony's mother has only 1 cup of flour. So does she have enough? Well, we can work with this 4/3 to figure out whether it is more or less than 1. So let's turn it back into a mixed number. So we take 4/3, we break the circles into thirds, break as many as we feel like we might need, and then we're going to fill in 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we have 4/3 colored in. So what is this as a mixed number? How many wholes do we have? We have 1 whole. We write that as the large number. And then we have 1 fraction. So that fraction is, in this case, thirds, because the denominator stays the same. So we have 1 1/3 cups of flour is what we need. We need 1 1/3 cups of flour. That's what's needed for this recipe. But she only has 1 cup of flour. So does she have enough flour? No, she does not. No, she needs 1 1/3 cups and only has 1 cup of flour. Pause the video if you need more time to copy. So this problem says determine the quotient, which is a fancy way of saying find the answer when you divide. So pause the video if you already know how to do this. If not, stay tuned. 2 4/7. So let's imagine that we were to break this into even sevenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 2 holes, and then we have 4 sevenths. 1, 2, 3, 4. So each of these holes had 7, and then this one right here had 4. So altogether, we have 18, and each little piece that we have 18 of is a seventh, so we have 18 sevenths. Another way of doing that is multiplying 2 times 7 and getting 14, and then adding, so this is times, and then adding the 4. So 2 times 7 is 14, plus 4 is 18. And we keep the denominator the same. So now let's convert 1 and 3 sixths. 1 and 3 sixths. So we have 1 whole and 3 sixths. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 6. So we've got 6 here and 3 here. Altogether we've got 9, and what are these? 9 what's? Well, each little piece is worth 1/6. So 9 sixths. So now we want to divide these two numbers. So remember that we did 2 and 4 sevenths became 18 sevenths. And we're dividing that by 9 sixths, which came from our 1 and 3 sixths. So now let's rewrite this problem as a multiplication problem. 18 sevenths is the first fraction, it keeps the same. We keep it the same. We change the divide to a multiply, and the second fraction gets flipped. Now we're going to cross cancel. 18 and 9 have something in common. They can both be divided by 9. When 18 gets divided by 9, 2 remains. When 9 gets divided by 9, we don't write anything because it would just be 1. You can if you want. If you want to write the 1, you could multiply the 7 times the 1 on the bottom and get 7. Or you could just rewrite the 7. 2 times 6 is 12. So now we've just found an answer. So this could be our answer, but let's not stop there. Let's keep going by turning it back into the format that we started with, a mixed number. Right now we have an improper fraction. Let's turn it into a mixed number. So if we had sevenths, 12 sevenths, so we'll color in 7 over here, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1 whole and 4 out of 7. And that's our answer. The next problem says 1 lap around a dirt track is 1/3 of a mile. It takes Bryce 1/9 of an hour to ride his bicycle 1 lap. What is Bryce's unit rate in miles per hour around the track? Pause the video if you think you can do this problem on your own. So right here it says that we want miles per hour. We want unit rate in miles per hour. The miles that he rode his bicycle was 1/3 of a mile. And the hours that he rode his bicycle was 1/9 of an hour. So now, in order to divide these two fractions, right now it's a complex fraction. A fraction over a fraction is called a complex fraction. So in order to divide these two fractions, what we need to do is keep, change, flip. So we're going to keep the first fraction, change the division to a multiplication, and flip the bottom fraction. Now we're going to cross cancel on the top and the bottom. 9 and 3 have something in common. They can both be divided by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 3 divided by 3 is just 1. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 divided by 3 divided by 1 is 3. So now let's figure out what this means. 3, in this case, is the miles per hour that he can ride his bicycle. So Bryce can ride his bicycle 3 miles per hour. Pause the video if you need more time for this. Now we're ready to go on to the next problem. It says Jason eats 5 ounces of candy in 10 days. How many ounces of candy will he eat per day? So you can pause the video if you think you can do this on your own. Okay, so now we're going to go over this. So it says Jason eats 5 ounces of candy in 10 days. How many ounces will he eat per day? That means we want ounces over days. That's our unit rate. So let's put ounces over days. How much was that? It was 10. Okay. So we now have this fraction here, 5 over 10. We can simplify it. 5 and 10 have something in common. It's 5. So we can divide both of them by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So now we can write this again. So we have 1 over 2. 1's on top, 2's on bottom. So 1/2 of an ounce each day, or per day. Pause the video if you need more time for this. At this time you have finished the video, you can start your exit ticket, and then if you finish that early, you can work on your homework or any other extension activities that I have offered you on Google Classroom. Have a great day.